gentlemen, is a notch higher to not only the plan of DEI, but actually how to sustain the culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. And to address us all, may I please welcome on stage the CHRO at Luminous Power Technologies, Shikha Gupta. Can we have a round of applause for Shikha Gupta? Warm welcome to you, Shikha.
Thank you. Am I audible? Namaskar. I know I'm standing between you and the lunch, but we can do a loud namaskar. Namaskar. Okay, so I think a lot has been said, and I was sitting through the panel. Really wonderful insights. All of you, I am assuming, are either DEI practitioners or know a bit or two about DEI for sure. So I thought, what is it that I would tell such an audience who actually is going to teach me and teach all of us? So I decided to skip the gyan, and I decided to tell a story. Are you up for it? Are you up for it? Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I will share a story, and we will contribute to the story as we go along, and I will promise you that these 10 minutes that you are going to give me from your lunch time is well worth it. Thank you. All right, so let's go. How many of you, by the way, heard stories from your grandmoms when you were young? Okay, so for a while, only for the purpose of the story, I will take the role of your grandmom. And I repeat, only for the purpose of the story. I will get there, but not yet. All right, so this story starts in a jungle. Okay, and that was the cue to change the slide. Okay, so visualize yourself in a jungle. This jungle, let's call it Nandanban. Nandanban is a jungle, yes, very beautiful jungle, very nice, green, you can hear the sounds. There are all types of animals living together in the jungle, true to their nature. Okay, so I'm not saying they are living happily together because, okay, there is a food chain, there are herbivores, there are carnivores, and what is a jungle if there's no action? So there's this jungle. And who's the king of the jungle? Lion, of course. So lion is the king of the jungle, and our lion king is sitting and thinking, it's time for me to step down and time for me to plan my successor. All the HR people in the audience can relate to succession planning. So the lion is thinking about possible successors. Who can succeed me as the king of the jungle? And there are various ideas coming to the mind. The lion is also very acutely aware that the neighboring forests, Sundargarh, we can take 3-4 other forests, are evolving. You know, the ecosystem is evolving. Everybody is becoming more modern, times are changing, to quote the line from a very famous pop song, times are changing, there is a need to be different. There's a need to not follow the norm. So who do you think lion chooses as the next king? Any suggestions with the backdrop of being different? Who? Cat? Yes, close relative, why not? Let's take nepotism a step forward. Who else? Any other ideas? Tigress, yes, all in the family, why not? Tiger cub, yes, yes, young generation. We are promoting the generation diversity, of course. Monkey, yes, the mischievous one. All right, well, lioness, yes, it's the time for women empowerment. It's all about gender diversity. Luminous has 30% diversity at the leadership level, by the way. Our CEO is a tigress, so why not? Okay, well, this is the story of the deer king. The deer gets the job to be the king. And why so? Because the lion thought that whenever there is a crisis in the jungle, there was this water hole which dried up recently, and the deer led a project to divert water from another river onto this water hole. The deer was the one who people go to for advice. The deer is the one who's facilitative, not the ferocious, aggressive, leading from the front kind of a leader, but nonetheless seems to be a leader whom everybody would like. So the deer is on the throne, as you can see. Cut to 1 month after. The story continues. The deer is sitting in the room after taking the job. It's been 1 month, and the deer is talking to self. The deer is saying, do I truly deserve this job? Why am I here? Am I here because everybody wanted to be cool? They wanted to be seen as modern. They wanted to be seen as evolved jungle. None of the neighboring jungles have anybody other than the lion or relatives of lion as the king. So we wanted to take this bold step and make a statement in the jungle world. Is that the reason why I am chosen? Do I deserve it? Do I have the competencies to do it? Am I in the right place? What does this remind you of? Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, by the way, research suggests 75% of us, irrespective of the gender identity, have experienced imposter syndrome at least once in our careers. If you are brave enough, show of hands if you have ever experienced imposter syndrome. Yes, almost all of us. By the way, research also suggests women experience this far more compared to men, but that's for another day. Okay. So deer is having all these doubts which we have named as imposter syndrome. What is your advice? What should the deer do? What should the deer do next to combat this imposter syndrome? Any ideas? Talk to somebody, yes. Seek advice. What else? Yes, gather feedback, get some reinforcement. Am I in the right direction? Am I doing the right things? What else? Reflect on more strengths. Sorry?
Get more involved.
Get more involved. Say a bit more. Get more involved as in?
I'm saying from the inclusion point of view.
Yeah.
So get more involved with all the other animals and try to be pally with them and then take the feedback like how is he doing.
So gather the opinion of others. Allies. Get allies together. Shamelessly continue to do. I am chosen for the job. I am occupying the seat. I will continue to occupy the seat. Yes. 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 Keep reminding oneself of the competencies. Sorry.
Calm down for a while and then get back and see what Lion was doing and how he is performing now. So comparing with the past.
Yes. So calm down, take a deep breath. There is a lot of power in deep breathing. Take a deep breath and take a role model. Take inspiration from what Lion was doing successfully. Yes, please. Advisor. Yes, yes. Appoint an advisor, a coach, a mentor. Absolutely wonderful idea. So our deer, I was hoping to come back that somebody will say that. So our deer does exactly that. Lion, you have given me the job. Obviously, you've seen something in me. Now you become my coach. You become my advisor. And you help me navigate this challenge. You help me navigate the challenges that I am encountering. And not only that, the deer appoints a council of ministers coming from different parts of the jungle to support the deer in this journey of leadership. The story doesn't end here. Okay? Of course, we can go on and on. If I had 1 hour, we can continue with the story. But I'm going to wrap up in a couple of minutes. So now, 1 year hence. In the HR world, we know. First 3 months and then 1 year. That's the critical milestone, right? 1 year hence. It is not like they are living happily ever after, right? I don't believe happily ever after exists except in fairy tales. And life is not a fairy tale. So they're not living happily ever after. But they have evolved. They have become more inclusive. They have become more vibrant as a jungle community. There are a lot of new profiles, new talent that is coming up. There is one example. So earlier, elephant used to be by default designated the security head of the jungle, right? Tall, even lion is scared of the elephant. So security head. Guess who's the new security head? Okay. Competencies. Huh? Diversity not for the sake of diversity. Snake, giraffe, monkey has been designated as the security head. Why? Vigilance, intelligence, ability to access height and get a vantage view. So that is one big evolution that has happened in the jungle. Elephant, by the way, takes on the role of training. Why? Experience, memory, nimbleness. Have you seen elephants swim? Agility. So those are the changes that has happened in the jungle. I'm going to stop with my story here. For sure, there are a whole lot of messages and learnings and whatnot that you can take, and I'm sure all of you will take. You can also keep visualizing the various different roles that have evolved in this jungle and the progress that the jungle made because of that. But I just want to bring your attention and for you to reflect back as to what happened actually. The change started with the leader. If you remember, it was the lion who said, no, we need a change. And the lion who went outside the family and the norms and the pedigree and the size and said, I will go with the person who has the right competency. He is the most facilitative person. This deer has proven its worth by organizing these communities in the times of crisis, has supported the jungle. People seem to like the deer, they seem to follow the deer. The deer is the one who's going to take this jungle into the future. So the change started at the top. And I was hearing in the panel discussion that we were talking about how leadership participation in this whole journey of DEI is crucial. And that's what we at Luminous are also trying to do, as I'm sure most of the other organizations. What you see here on the screen is a very, very simplistic representation. And I do believe DEI, or anything for that matter, is not a complex topic. We generally tend to make it very complex so that it looks good on slides. This is not a complex slide. It's a very simple slide. All of you are doing it, probably more than this. But what we've done is we've just organized it along these lines. And to come back to the story, the change begins at the top. What is the second thing that you would take away? Identification of the potential and to create opportunities for people to demonstrate that potential. So when the deer is given this project of replenishing the water hole, where the deer has to get together animals from different parts of the jungle and to make it happen, it is giving an exposure opportunity. Third, allyship, all of you talked about it. Sponsorship, we heard about it in the panel as well. And coaching. I cannot introduce a change and just step back from it to say, okay, done, I am done. No, I have to invest myself in the change. I have to support the change. I have to make the change successful. Otherwise, what will happen, and we've heard it more often than not, oh, you've hired this diverse profile for the sake of meeting your number, but this person doesn't perform. More often than not, it is set for women, right? Because we've not invested enough effort to make these profiles, these different people that we are bringing into the organization, settle down and gel and contribute to the culture of the organization. So the leader and the stakeholders have to remain invested in the journey till we see the fruits of it. After that, it becomes self-sustaining, with the result that people are now thinking of elephant as a training head instead of a security head. And the monkey becomes a security head instead of maybe a finance head, things like that. So that was the other learning. What else? What else did you observe in the story? Come on, I have only 2 minutes to go. What else? Anything else that you picked up? I'm sorry, I didn't. Yes, yes. Inclusion is infectious. You introduce it in one place and it spreads. And then you create a mindset and a culture. And you rally around it. All of us will rally around it if we start seeing small successes. So celebrate, highlight those successes. And lastly, for me personally, imposter syndrome is a reality. Let us acknowledge it. Let us seek support when we need to. And let's learn to manage it. Like I heard from one of the leaders, everybody experiences imposter syndrome. Let us learn to manage it, not give in to it. With that, I stop here. Happy to take your comments and questions, if any. Thank you. Thank you.